See, I've never seen a team this indisciplined in terms of position and tactics like Manchester United. Hello guys, and welcome to the Extra Time Sports with me, Yao Walanyo, your usual host, and I'm here with my guy, Ken Ox. Ken, what's up?
They fine.
Everything cool?
Everything fine.
I beg, how was your weekend?
It was okay. Liverpool made it very nice for me, looking at the comeback.
You can't talk without Liverpool, can you?
That's what I live for.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Your blood is red.
It's very red.
I know, right? Guys, so yeah, we are going straight to the EPL games, and there were a few games that were a bit, some upsets here and there, but I won't really call them upset because we saw it coming. So let's go straight to, let's start from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal. And last season, we've been talking about Arsenal having one of the best, if not the best defense ever. I mean, in the EPL last season, conceding only 29 goals in the entire season. But 10 games down the line this season, and they've already conceded 11 goals.
Yeah.
Can we still say they have the best defense in the EPL this season?
Currently,
Talk to me.
Arsenal doesn't have the defenders they used to have last season.
They're still the same players. In fact, we've added a few more players.
I'm actually saying that they are not at the peak level.
Okay, so you're talking about levels.
Exactly.
Okay.
As at the time of last season.
Okay.
Because just as we said, the whole of last season in the EPL, they considered 29 goals. And then just 10 games into this season, they've conceded 11 goals. I mean, that shows that there are more to come. Definitely, there are more goals to come. Arsenal are going to concede. And I see this to be a problem from the coach.
Okay,
Arteta, yes.
Wow, I thought he's actually bettered up their defense. So you think he's a problem?
Yeah, he has added up personnel.
Okay.
But then when it comes to the organization of the defense, and I won't also solely blame it on him, because we all know about the injury situations that are popping up in the Arsenal team, whereby Thomas Partey, a defensive midfielder, is actually playing as a right back now. Yes. But the reason for me saying I would blame him in a way is that I don't know why he has Zinchenko on the bench, he being a left back, and then usually is playing Timber at the left side of things.
Can we say Arteta is copying blindly from Pep Guardiola, playing 4 centre-backs?
I think so. Pep Guardiola does that.
Yeah. Pep Guardiola plays 4 centre-backs.
4 centre-backs.
Arteta is trying to do the same because Timber naturally is a centre-back.
It's a centre-back, yeah.
You brought in Calafiori, which is also a centre-back. You actually converted
Ben White,
who was a centre-back to a right back.
Yeah.
So are we saying can we say he's copying from Arteta and doing that blindly?
But don't you think maybe, just as I said, it could be because of the injury situations they are having?
The injury situation, yes, because I mean, even Ben White, he's not fully fit. But that's my part. I don't understand why he didn't play Ben White at the right back. Because Ben White has been playing right back last season. He played right back the whole of the season.
But he came back from injury not too long ago.
Good, but I'm saying that against City, right, he brought him in. And I've always said this thing. If you bring a half-fit player in the game along the line, I don't see why you don't start him if he's your best bet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? If the person is not fit, he's not fit.
Yeah.
But if he's going to come in, if you think you can actually bring him in to solve a problem, then you might as well start the player. You understand me?
It
so I guess he brought Ben White in when he had a red card to come and add up to do the defensive action. Yeah. I can give him a pardon on that because he had a red card and he was actually leading the game. Yeah. So he actually had to beef up the defense to control the game. But Ben White could have played this game.
Yeah, he
in
could
place
have.
Of Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Then he put Thomas Partey where he naturally flourishes the most.
But we should also know that Ben White wasn't too fit.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't too fit.
He had to give him maybe some 15 or 20 minutes to warm himself up for probably next games they are about playing. That's why I think, in my opinion.
So Newcastle's not a game. It's not the kind of game you want to bring your best bet.
It could also be
he lost the game.
Yeah, he lost the game. But it could also be that, yes, Ben White is coming back from an injury situation. But then you put him in this game and then he'll be much worse.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I think Arteta is not doing well in terms of his player potting. I think I have a problem with the way he's potting his players. He's changing the arrangements too much.
He's not actually playing them in their right positions.
That's not a problem. I mean, tactical, good coaches do that. changing their positions and all, but he should get it right, because if you don't get it right, it really backfires so bad.
Yeah.
You are over his Merino, Pate come and play here, Merino go here, what's the name? Saka play here, Havertz come and play 10, today play first 9, to play 4-4-2.
Yeah.
I mean, you understand what I'm trying to say? I think that's the problem I have with Arteta. But not to take any shine or any credit away from Newcastle, they were amazing over there.
Very good.
I mean, they even missed a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And I want to big up this guy, Anthony Gordon. That's who I think in current football, one of the few players you can say are doing what wingers actually do. You understand me? They're actually playing wings. You understand me? Direct winger. Like, he's on the wings, doing the runs, doing the cutbacks. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I think that's an amazing player. I don't know why England don't start that guy, but that's a conversation for another day. But let's shift the conversation from us now. And let's go into another big team who are actually having problems this season. Manchester City. They played against Bournemouth and they lost 2-1.
Yeah.
What is going on in the City?
I think they are about finding their feet without Rodri. Because, Rodri is actually a player that has a huge influence in the team.
But I think that's an indictment on Pep Guardiola. If you've had Rodri for how many seasons now? Last season, Rodri missed a few games.
Yeah. And they struggled.
And you struggled.
Yeah.
So for a coach as high and mighty like Pep Guardiola, I mean, you should have found a solution to the Rodri problem by now.
Yeah.
So what is his problem?
So
Pep Guardiola not as big as we think he is?
Yeah. So the thing is, he has actually found the problem. That is,
I disagree.
Okay, so let me try and explain it.
Okay.
He has found the problem whereby he has Kovacic in the team.
Okay.
But we have players that have the same profile, but then can't give you the exact result you want.
Okay.
Kovacic is actually fitting in the shoes of Rodri.
No.
You don't get me.
No. I want you to continue. No.
No, you don't get me.
Okay.
Let me try and explain myself very well. So when it comes to Rodri controlling games, Kovacic does that as well. But then there's something extra Rodri brings into the Manchester City team that Kovacic is not doing. One, Rodri is actually a player that defends very well.
Okay.
Kovacic won't give you that. Rodri is one kind of a player that also sees a vision. I mean, he sees passes. I mean, he can give eye. Very good. He has the third eye to give a particular pass that can bring the assist.
Okay.
But then Kovacic isn't that type of a player. Kovacic is a player that would give you a huge drive. I mean, when there's enough space,
drives the ball.
He will drive the ball very well for you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Rodri doesn't also have that. And I don't want to say Pep Guardiola has fixed or built his team around Rodri.
Okay.
I don't want to say that. But then when we are all watching Manchester City games, we can see the impact of Rodri in the team. And the fact that Kevin De Bruyne is not also in the team now. I mean, we can all see how Haaland is struggling. A little bit struggling, with his goals. So now that Kevin De Bruyne is back in the team, I mean, I think they'll in a way up their game as compared to the previous ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think another thing Rodri also brings to the midfield of Manchester City is personality, personnel.
Yeah.
Rodri, proud to come into Manchester City, we didn't really know Rodri Rodri was at
ATM, yeah.
And Pate was starting ahead of him.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Rodri is the best DM in the world.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best player in the world.
He brings personality to the Manchester City midfield.
Yeah.
You understand me? He controls the game better. Kovacic is a good footballer. I'm not even going to take that away from him. But Rodri is an amazing player.
Exactly.
And you can actually tell why they are missing him so much. Yeah. Talking of Manchester City, let's go to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then the conversation is going to be with Liverpool. I mean, they came back after from a 1-goal down to win 2-1. This is what I want to know. Are we having a two-horse race? Because I was talking about Arsenal. I was talking about Man City. Now I'm at Liverpool. Yeah. These are basically the top three in the league, right?
Yeah.
Is it early days yet to say it's going to be a two-horse race between Liverpool and... Because we can't write Manchester City off.
Yeah.
You understand me? Are we going to relegate Arsenal to the background and say it's a Liverpool City conversation, or you think Arsenal is staying in the race based on how Liverpool had to come back to win the game?
Before I come to your main question or what you want me to talk about, this is the worst first half I've ever watched. I mean, ever since Slot came to Liverpool ever since Slot became our coach. This is the worst first half I've ever watched. And
why do you say that?
I mean, we were totally outclassed, outplayed, outnumbered.
No, but Brighton will play you.
No, I mean, this is a new Liverpool side that we usually have possession now. Okay. And few days back, we played against Brighton. Even with the younger guys in the Carabao Cup. And then we dominated even in the midfield. So I just didn't understand why over the weekend in the EPL, our big guys started, Gravenberch started, McAllister started. And then it was worse. Like really worse. So to me, this is the worst first half I've ever watched ever since Slot came to coach Liverpool. Now, talking about the fact that, or you want to know if Arsenal is still in a race to win the EPL or it's just a 2-horse race. We can't write Arsenal
match day 10, right?
Match day 10. It's too early. We can't write Arsenal off. But then I think they have to up their game in a way. Just like we said earlier, probably if they work on their defense, they might come back again. But then Slot also being Liverpool's coach, I think it has turned out to be a 2-horse race again. Just like in the previous years, Manchester City, Liverpool. Yes. So yeah. That's what I think about the title race in the EPL.
All right. Talking of the EPL, I mean, endings on EPL, let's go to Tottenham. They had an amazing game. Even though they had a very bad first half. But they had an amazing game against Aston Villa, who are actually one of the guys.
They're on form,
doing amazing, both in Europe and domestically as well. But something happened in the game. The coach subbed arguably their best player, which is a human song. I think early on in the second half, I think the 51st or 53rd minute, and the guy was upset. The few times do you get a player like Song being upset or talking back or showing reactions of frustration? You understand me? But he did it this time around. What do you think pushed him to that limit, and what do you think? How does it affect the Tottenham settings?
I'm not sure it would affect Tottenham as a team. You get it? Because players are being brought on to play not for the coach per se, but then to play with the instructions of the coach.
Or certain instructions of the coach.
Yes. Sure. So let's say in a way or in a game, maybe we the fans thought Son was doing so well, but then wasn't playing to the instructions of their coach. Definitely their coach will take him out. And he being a big player, definitely Son would have a little bit of ego. Because we know Son to be that guy. I mean, ever since Harry Kane left, he's the one holding the team now. So to take him out from a game that early, definitely he will be poked, just like you said, and then it got him a little bit furious.
I know, right?
Yeah, but then I'm not sure it would affect the setup or like the setting of the Tottenham team.
So when Son came off, at the time Son was coming off, right? He had assisted to equalize the goal. You understand me? And then they took him off at the 56th minute and brought Richarlison. And then 3 goals came in. Do you think the coach got it right?
It could be a coincidence.
So you don't think
I don't think
some tactical
No, so I personally think that Son wasn't doing something right for the coach.
So then that's tactics.
That's
the coach needed to solve a particular problem, and that meant taking Son off to bring Richarlison on to do something.
Exactly.
It's tactics, or you think it's still coincidence?
No, it could be that it was a tactical genius thing he did. And then it could also be that it's a coincidence. But I believe with the 3 goals that came in a game, that was the coincidence thing I'm talking about. Because Richarlison could have been on the field and then they still could have lost. So
all right.
That's what I think.
Postecoglou made a comment earlier on that his second season or in every league, he takes the league. I don't know how it's going for him this season, but
I think he talks too much.
I think match day 10, so I think I'll give him a pass for now. Let's see when we get to the business end of the season, which is around January. Let's see whether he's still gonna come up and still hit his chest
with enough games.
I know, right? So in the same EPL, let's end the conversation with the big game review, guys. The big game review, which is obviously, as you know, Manchester United at the Old Trafford versus Chelsea, the Blues. And I saw a few things in this game, but before I come into it, let me.
No, why don't you come in first?
No, say it so that I end up when I do my outro, then I end up with my observation.
Okay.
So yeah, Manchester United versus Chelsea. How do you see the game in total? I'm giving you 5 minutes, totally, tactically, and everything. Tell me about the game.
I think 5 minutes will be too much.
No, come on, it's Manchester United and Chelsea.
No, I know. So that sweetness, if I have to put it that way, that sweetness between Manchester United and Chelsea, I mean, has left.
Why is that?
It's no longer there.
Why is it?
Because of the players they have currently.
The both teams or United?
Both teams, yeah, both teams.
Okay.
I mean, we had very good players in the past playing for Manchester United, and we also had very good players in the past playing for Chelsea. But then with the kind of players we have, I mean, for a player like, okay, let me not go there. It will be like I'm disrespecting some of the players, but then...
No, but if the person is bad, he's bad. Because I have a few bad players I'm going to mention today.
Mention just one from each team.
Garnacho Asan.
Oh, no. Yeah, I saw that on your status. Saying
Come on,
Garnacho.
man.
No, I don't think...
How do you mess this chance? Okay, but me Kasawasa, he's inexperienced. Let me say he's inexperienced.
So I also don't think Sawasa, by what you are saying, he just had a bad game. You know.
But I mean, like you said, I posted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
The guy,
he knows Sunday, he knows sound.
These are the games players like Garnacho should do this. Like, you had clear-cut chances, bro.
Yeah. That's very true. But I also disagree with the Wasan thing. I mean, he just had a bad game.
Okay.
You know, he had a bad game. But Garnacho is a fine player, you know. When he gets his day.
I think that, but I'm actually doubting it.
Just because of yesterday's game.
I think he's not a first team player. I think he's not a first 11 player or a starter.
In my view.
I think he shouldn't be a starter. Garnacho is a super sub. That's how I see it.
No, but the team he's playing now, definitely he has to start.
I'll start Ahmad ahead of him.
Ahmad is too inexperienced.
Garnacho no experience in the same.
No, I mean Garnacho has enough experience than Ahmad.
Same.
To be playing in a Chelsea game. Oh no, come on. You know. So let me get into the game itself.
Okay.
I was a little bit surprised to see Lavia and Caicedo outplay Casemiro and then Ugarte.
But Casemiro had an amazing game yesterday.
He didn't have an amazing game.
Check the stats.
No.
He had an amazing game yesterday.
I'm talking based on facts. He didn't have an amazing game yesterday.
The Casemiro I saw against Liverpool. And I sat on this show and I chastised Casemiro. The same Casemiro who did back-to-back at Madrid. The game against Liverpool, I mean, we did a Madrid on that game. He was so appalling. But Casemiro against Chelsea, this informed Chelsea, bro, he was an amazing player. Okay. I'm telling you. So the United get fans, they know. Put it in the comment section if you agree or disagree, though.
Per the amazing you are saying, if it's over 10,
okay,
Manchester United versus Liverpool, Casemiro, in my opinion, let's say had 2. Okay, 2. Let me put it. I was even about giving him 3.
No, it's 2.
So 2. Let's say 2. He had 2 over 10.
And then the 2, I'm giving it to him because he won a jersey.
Okay, fine. So 2 over 10. And then playing against Chelsea yesterday, he had 4 over 10. No, that doesn't
against Chelsea.
No. He didn't really have a good game.
He had like a 6.
No, do you know the role that was given to him?
Destroyer.
I'm coming. To actually stop Cole Palmer from having an influence in the game.
And he barely had an influence.
He did.
He barely had an influence.
It's just that Chelsea missed so many chances.
Okay.
That's why probably we didn't see Cole Palmer.
But I don't think United missed chances too.
They also did miss chances.
Look at the Rashford ball that hit the post.
Yeah.
Look at the Bruno Fernandes ball
Garnacho himself.
Garnacho had about 3 chances.
Yeah. Equally, Chelsea also had
a few chances.
Chances that were really missed. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez, like he really missed a chance like that. So coming back to Casemiro,
okay.
His role, when I was watching the game, his role was just to stop Cole Palmer from operating.
Okay.
And it didn't happen. See, I was surprised. I thought Casemiro would be the player. You know, Cole Palmer isn't the player that is that rigid. He's not too strong. So I even thought that Casemiro will bully him.
Okay.
But before the ball gets to Cole Palmer has done like some 1 or 2 things that you can't even find Casemiro in the game. Get what I'm saying? So he had a poor performance.
Okay.
Comparing his performance
against Chelsea
and then United,
against Liverpool.
And against Liverpool, he did so well.
I mean, he upgraded on the performance though.
Exactly, but that doesn't mean he did so well because he didn't execute his role that well.
Okay.
You mean?
On this game, like I said, I had a few things to say. So this is what I have to say about the Chelsea game.
I'm eager to hear.
So I saw, let's say, primarily, I saw two things.
Okay.
On both sides. So on the United side, I saw a United team with players trying to fall into the good books of their new manager, quote unquote, Ruben Amorim. That's one.
That's a factor, though.
Secondly, still on, I said two things, so let's say I'll extend it. Still on United, right? I saw a team that are tactically and positionally indisciplined. Like, bro, see, I've never seen a team this indisciplined in terms of position and tactics like Manchester United. And should I blame it on their just sacked coach, Eric Ten Hag? Yes, I might put it on him. But he's not the one on the field.
Yeah.
You understand me? So even if, assuming without admitting that the coach is not that good, you have a Casemiro. What Casemiro? A Madrid Casemiro. You have Rashford, bro. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes. Delete. These guys are good players.
Mazraoui.
Yes, Mazraoui, bro. Like, you cannot say these guys are entirely bad players.
Yeah.
But the level at which they are indisciplined in terms of their position, their positioning, is appalling.
So
it's so bad.
I would just want to come in with the same Casemiro issue. Okay. We all know Cole Palmer is a type of a player that would usually stay around the opponent's 18-yard box.
So at the edge of the 18-yard box.
Yes. So naturally, that was where Casemiro was to be at, around the 18-yard box of the Manchester United team, because definitely Cole Palmer would have a threat there. But this is a case where I don't know what happened, but then Cole Palmer was dropping deep to pick up balls, distribute, and then later move on. That's actually compelled Casemiro to follow,
to come in.
To follow Cole Palmer
a bit higher up the pitch.
Exactly. That means that positionally, he's off. You get what I'm saying? And when there's a vacuum at that particular point, a different player has to fill that space.
Because Ugarte had to do that.
Yes. Whereas Ugarte had a different role to play on the field.
Okay.
So I think that Cole Palmer in the Chelsea team caused the United mispositioning thing you are talking about.
No, but not only this game.
Okay, so
only this game. Okay. So I didn't want to make this assertion early on other episodes because it was early days. But this game actually cemented it for me. The United team, the players are very indisciplined in terms of positioning. Very indisciplined.
Yeah.
Now, to the Chelsea side of things, this is what I also saw about the Chelsea team, right? I saw a Chelsea team missing the individual brilliance of certain players. Because with the kind of form Chelsea is having this season, they should bury this game early.
Yeah.
Because the United guys were struggling. Like, they were struggling to do the thing. So if their big boys came to play, you know, the likes of Caicedo, the likes of, you know, he didn't start Enzo Fernandez, who I think is an average player anyways. He didn't start him. He started Romeo Lavia. With the likes of Lavia, with the likes of Cole Palmer, like you are mentioning. If they came into the party earlier, there would have been a foregone conclusion for them. So I thought, like I said, I think Chelsea's big boys were a bit off. I don't know whether the United guys overwhelmed them. Like, they came at them so hard that they couldn't actually play their game. You know, and I saw Maresca struggling to do the thing. Like, he wasn't able to change it. You know, the thing wasn't working.
It wasn't working.
He wasn't able to do it, you know. So
he was still maintaining the type of play.
You understand me? That pedigree, that thing came for United. They actually be able to hold that on. And Chelsea couldn't find an antidote to that. So that's what I mean, looking at the game, these are the few things I also saw in the game. But, bro, all in all, it was a good game.
A very good game.
All in all, it was a good game. For their standards this season, the coaches, and I mean, it wasn't Ten Hag, it was Van Nistelrooy, who had just one game under his belt against the midweek, the five goals win, and then coming to play against Maresca, who has had a good season so far. I think Van Nistelrooy, I'll rate him and give him maybe a 6. Yeah,
so far
I'll give him a 6.
I'll give him a 7.5.
Okay, Maresca,
because they've won both games. I mean, he won the first one and then drew with Chelsea, an informed Chelsea.
I mean, Maresca too. I think this game was more of a Chelsea loss than a United draw. for me.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think Maresca, I'll give him a 5 because he didn't hit it for me. Yeah, he didn't hit it for me. But all in all, it was an amazing game.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing weekend in the EPL. Yeah, amazing weekend in the EPL. So guys, I'm sure we've exhausted the games enough for you. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that. Hit the like button also if you like the content. Share your views in the comment section. Please follow us. Like I said, we'll see you on the flip side of things. For me and my guys, we are